here I am in Palenque getting ready to take the Maya train. The station's still not finished, but you can see it's going to be awesome when it finally gets done. They certainly have grand plans with this station. It's huge. I think it's bigger than the airport. They obviously wanted to make a big statement with this place. The road coming in was massive. This is a huge infrastructure project. This is the waiting room as it stands right now. Hey, I'm on the Maya train. Yes, it exists. I'm going from Palenque up to Campeche. It's 7 in the morning, but that's when it goes. 7:05, we left on time. They're just announcing that the cafeteria will open in 20 minutes. That's good news. I need some coffee. There's nothing open in the station. For what it's worth, the view out the left side is okay, but I should have gotten a seat on the other side because you can see the mountains of Chiapas. So if you're coming from Palenque to Campeche, sit on the right side. If you're coming the other direction, sit on the left. It took 25 minutes of waiting in line to get this, but now I have a cappuccino and a tamale. Still a lot of construction going on. This thing was kind of rushed to get it running before the administration left office, and it kind of shows. But hey, it's working. For hundreds of miles now, I've noticed these white fence posts running along. They're made of concrete. They got barbed wire between them. I assume that's to keep the animals from running out on the track. But man, what a lot of work to build those all along the way. It's a little noisy here, but hey, I made it to Campeche. Just got off my train. This nice new station. It's quite impressive. So this ADO bus is what you take from the Campeche station because it's way out of town. You can see there's a Tren Maya logo on there. It drops you right across from the water. So a good spot, Central Campeche. Here's the bus that will take you to the center of Campeche or bring you from there to here. The sun's still not up because this train's at 7. But you can see how big this parking lot is, how big this infrastructure is. It's quite a project. I was taking that bus because this train station is nowhere near the center of Campeche. And I don't know if it's because they wanted to build these massive stations or because they wanted to have all new tracks, but it's a long way out. I'm in Campeche right now, taking the train to Merida. I'm going to take you around in a minute to see the premier class, which doesn't look all that different from the regular class. So we'll see what you actually get out of that. It's about 50% more for the tickets. So hopefully it's more than just a difference in 3 seats across instead of 4, which is what it looks like. The train was smooth sailing from Palenque up to here. These are all new tracks, so the ride's very smooth. It goes over 100 miles an hour sometimes. So today I'm on the Maya train, stage 2, going from Campeche to Merida. So the difference in premier class is there's only 3 seats across. Otherwise, I'm not seeing any difference, even compared to Amtrak. It's got a middling leg room, seats that don't recline. Not sure what happened here, since it's a brand new train. This premier class train was 918 pesos at the current exchange rate. That is $54 for a 2-hour trip from Campeche to Merida. I upgraded to premier class, so I'm in this seat by myself here. That seems to be the main difference though. There's 3 seats across, and you also have like a waiter kind of person walking up and down, so he just fetched me a coffee and a tamale. So at least I didn't have to wait in line for it. That might be worth the premium in itself. But otherwise, this train is not much different. It's pretty much the same configuration, same leg room. And just like the others, no Wi-Fi and no electrical outlets, even though they have that on their website. And every article I've read that's written by somebody who hasn't actually ridden the train, who read it from behind a desk, says that there is Wi-Fi and there are electrical outlets. No, neither one is true. Don't trust everything you read. Most of these articles you read about the Maya train are just taking what the government says and they're shoveling it back out without fact-checking it. So we'll get into the rest of it on leg 3, which will be Merida to Valladolid. So I'm going to do a new leg then and eventually end up at the Cancun Airport. The scenery on this train is nothing spectacular. You got to remember that the Yucatan is dead flat. And it's mostly just this scrubby jungle. So don't believe any AI generated photos you've seen online with this train moving past Mayan temples, because that does not exist. It's mostly just this kind of view along the way until you get down toward Palenque, and then there's some mountains. Sometimes the train is elevated so you get a little better view. You get to see over the treetops here. See a factory in the distance and a church I saw earlier, but still not a whole lot to check out when you're riding along. So if you want to bring a book or something to work on, that's probably a good idea. The Wi-Fi is non-existent, as I mentioned, so you probably won't have a signal a lot of the time. It's touch and go with the cell signal. The Merida station is very busy. This is the most popular route from here to Cancun. This is the Merida station. It's not quite as grand as some of the others. It's kind of more like an airport, but it's quite nice, and we got 2 convenience stores already here. To Merida from this far-flung station, you have to buy a bus ticket. So at least here in Merida, the station's way out of town, but they put you on an electric bus to get there. 45 pesos. This takes you to the center. It's another line to get into though. So So this is where the bus drops you off, Parque de la Plancha. This is the original train station actually. Would have been nice if the train comes here, but it doesn't. But we're kind of close to the center. That's the Hyatt in the distance there, the Fiesta Americana. Over here is the machine where you buy your tickets. There's a museum over here. Pretty cool playground if you come here with kids. That playground that I pointed out before, that was just one of them. Here's another one. It's freaking cool. Oh wait, there's more. Here's another playground. Marked by the sound of the screaming kids. This gastronomy area, as they're calling it, is basically a giant food court. Looks like they've got a good selection of things to eat and drink here, including a tap room. Merida to Valladolid. Found something new on this one. Electrical outlets. 1 USB and 1 regular for every 2 seats. So apparently some of the trains do have that. So there is enough room on here to get some work done on your laptop. There's not great leg room here, but you know, there's enough. It's better than a plane, that's for sure. But I've got this little case underneath it because this plastic tray is quite slippery. You might want to bring something to put under your laptop to keep it from crashing to the floor. This Valladolid station is still very much under construction, but it will be nice when it's done. It's got these garden areas. So far there's just 1 OXXO and some bathrooms, but I'm sure a lot more retail will be on the way later. And there's a bus to the center, 35 pesos. Everything is very new at this Valladolid station, including the plastic on the chairs. There's your 1 OXXO to get something to eat or drink, preservatives included. Once again, the station for Valladolid is way outside of town, so we're on a bus once again. It's only 35 pesos, fairly comfortable bus. I'm just happy it's available, otherwise there would only be taxis. Nice to be back in Valladolid. So I'm at the Maya train station in Valladolid. Big line of people here that have to show their ticket. This is how the process is working everywhere. It's not very efficient, it's not very quick. Get here early. You'll notice that this giant crowd is all Mexican. I've seen very few foreigners on this train. A few Germans on the last one, a few Americans on the trip from Palenque, but it's been pretty rare. The only time I heard English from Campeche to Merida was when a guy was playing Duolingo very loudly without any earbuds, but I let it slide because he was learning English. It's important to understand that these train stations are not air conditioned, and this is the Yucatan. It's very hot here. I'm in March right now, but it's still hot. Still sweating buckets. So you want to wear light-fitting clothing. You want to wear things that are cool and flowing, and you're not going to get air conditioning until you get on the train. It's run by the National Guard. It's an Army-owned company, so remember, they're more concerned with keeping everybody in line and organized than they are with comfort and convenience. And Now heading from Valladolid to Cancun Airport. I have a feeling this is going to be the least scenic ride of all because it basically follows the path of the toll highway, which is already pretty boring. Just scrubby jungle around it, completely flat. So now we're going to be looking at the road too. This one you do for efficiency and speed and just to not have to drive or take a bus, not necessarily because it's going to be an exciting journey. At least they saved a few trees here and there in the middle, in the median, but for the most part it's cleared out. Sometimes this train slows down for what seems like no good reason, but then it picks up and is traveling at a good clip again. We were passing cars earlier that are going 110 kilometers an hour. This is the Cancun station. You get off here and head to the airport. You can actually hear planes taking off. This is where you catch the train to Playa del Carmen if you fly in and want to go down there, or eventually Tulum and Bacalar. I'm on the Avio bus to the Cancun Airport. You must pay in cash, but hey, you get to watch Doctor Strange dubbed in Spanish.